Mike, can you talk about what your defense and Jorge in particular did tonight on their guy?
Well, yeah, I mean, Jorge did a good job, as you would expect him to do. We knew that there were a lot of pick and rolls for him, and so the post guys had to be partially responsible for containing him, and they did that. Then they started to hurt us a little bit with the fact that we were kind of jumping up aggressively on the ball screens, and they started coming out and hurting us with some stuff. So we changed to line of ball, or we changed our pick and roll coverage in the second half. But you know, Jorge's just a good defender. He takes it personally. He takes a lot of pride in it. You know, Lillard's a real good player, a real good athlete. He needs a little space to shoot the ball, and Jorge typically is not going to give you a lot of space to shoot the ball, and he's also not likely to fall asleep and have a mental lapse where you're going to get, you know, where you're just going to get a shot because he forgot about you. That's just not Jorge's MO. So, you know, more importantly, I mean, he was 4 for 17, and that's the key. As a guy's going to score the ball, you know that. It's just a matter of what he has to do to get his points. But their big guys did a good job, I thought. They hurt us with their big guys stepping off and shooting the ball a little bit, and Bamford hurt us. We fell asleep on him some. They hit 5 threes in the second half, which kind of got them back in a little bit. But good effort defensively.
Would you be willing to give up what Bamford did to shut down Lillard? Is that a good trade?
No, I don't think they have to be something. I don't think that's a trade-off because the guy guarding Bamford wasn't involved in anything to do with Lillard. That he should have been defended on his own right. The priorities we had were obviously Lillard off pick and rolls and whatever he does with the ball, Bamford catch and shoot, and then the big kid 44 at the low post, which we did a good job with that. We felt like the rest of the things we could probably handle, and you know, they're big guys. Like I say, they had a couple big guys come in and do a pretty good job, but we fell asleep on Bamford where we just didn't, you know, probably get to him when he caught it, didn't have a hand up, and he shot it in.
Mike, at this point, do you have confidence that you can put Jorge on any perimeter player in the country and he's going to be able to do what he did tonight?
Well, I don't. I mean, I have confidence in Jorge as a defender. I have confidence in Jorge as a competitor. Not everything's going to work all the time. The thing I was a little concerned about was that he was going to get too amped up. I tried to downplay it a little bit, to be honest with you. I didn't want to get so amped up that he was going to get in foul trouble. You know, sometimes things, well, you know, he can't score any baskets. Well, he's going to score some baskets. So, but Jorge did a good job of staying under control. I mean, I like Jorge defensively. He's a really good defender.
He said that he wasn't any more amped up than usual and that this was just another game.
I think that's right.
Do you think that's true?
Yeah. I mean, you know, in talking about it, we pointed out the fact that the kid was shooting 45 from 3 and 50 from 2 and was going to make foul shots, and that's a fact. That's what he does. But, you know, I think Jorge takes pride in defending whoever he guards. I don't think he was, in fact, if anything, I didn't want him to be all amped up and get him in foul trouble. I thought he kept himself in good shape.
Coach, it looked like Weber started to make a run there in the second half. I think they cut the lead down to 8, and then you guys just, bam, responded with, I think, a 20-5 run. What did you think of the way, you know, the guys responded when Weber?
Before or after the run? Both.
Before. Yeah.
Well, they started making threes. They hit 5 straight threes, you know, and some of that was lack of attention to detail on our part. And if you're going to make 5 threes, you're going to close a lead. You know, I thought right before the half we had a 17-point lead or whatever, and they cut it into 14. I don't like to give points back right before halftime, but you know, once we never really, I don't think, totally got a rhythm offensively going. We made some good plays, obviously. We just needed to move the ball. We got more comfortable as time went on. But, you know, once we got a little rhythm offensively, we could get pretty much what we wanted to get. And then we got back to playing some defense and stretched it out, which we needed to do, or could have got ourselves in big trouble.
You got a little bit more offensively from your good guys, Harper and Richard?
Well, the way they were playing, they're going to give up something. They were playing a 3-2 zone, and you know, we felt like we could get it in low when we needed to. It's just you had to be able to make a play. We probably could have gone down straight one-on-one at the post pretty much whenever we wanted. It's just not something we've done. Harper made some plays, Richard made some plays, and that helped us.
Mike, can you talk about Justin and Brandon a little bit? They had 11 assists, 2 turnovers between.
Yeah, you know, it's when Brandon just focuses on doing the simple things, he's good. He makes good passes and so forth. Sometimes he tries to do a little too much and gets himself in trouble. You know, Justin doesn't, I don't think right now is overly a huge fan of zones. I think he's still trying to figure out how to play against the zones and how he can be effective. He's really good on the break, and that, of course, is something we did not a great job of because we didn't, you know, we gave up 11 offensive rebounds in the first half, and so there was times when if we had had the ball, we could have got out and ran. And that's a big part of what we want to do. But like I said, Weber State did a good job. They controlled tempo a little bit, and big guys were physical on the glass. They went hard. That's why 2 guys fouled out for them going to the glass. So, but we had a decent assist-to-turnover ratio again, and that's what the point guard's job is.
Mike, are there any facets of Jorge's defense that he's improved over the years, or is he kind of the same guy that he's always been?
Well, I think he's a little smarter now. I mean, he's a veteran. He's stronger for sure. So he's not as easy to screen. I think he's smarter now that he knows. Basically, once he figures out what it is you want to do, he does a pretty good job of taking away certain things. I think he's been a little bit smarter at not getting a cheap foul. We've talked about that consistently, about not getting the first 2 fouls and putting yourself in jeopardy where you can't defend. So I think he understands that guys are going to score, but that he's got to stay in the game.
Can you talk about his efficiency on both sides of the ball? Not only
He was good. He did a good job offensively, obviously. He was making shots, and the thing I think probably more pleasing was that he wasn't forcing. He was just getting open shots and making them, which if you're going to win basketball games, one, you have to get good shots, and 2, you have to have people who can knock them down. I mean, that's what Crab typically does for you, is if you get in good shots, he typically knocks them down.
Is Allen still hasn't really found a good rhythm where he's comfortable shooting the ball?
I don't know that that's entirely true. I think people are obviously scouting and saying, don't, you know, drive Allen off a line, don't let him get shots, don't let him catch and shoot. There are times I think he should shoot the ball when he catches, that he's not comfortable with just jumping up and shooting it, and that hopefully get him to that place.
Anything more? Okay.
All right.
Good night.